Wash your hands, protect yourself, put on your mask, show me social distancing. Wash your hands, protect yourself, put on your mask, show me social distancing. Welcome one and all of y'all to Arts and Learning Kids. Y'all the smartest, awesome, warmest hearted, hardest working kids. Transmit math and lit to all you cool cats and kids. YAMD kids, the hashtag is. What's going on, y'all? I'm Mr. Drew, and you might recognize me from the hit show Arts and Learning Kids. So Fridays, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, we are broadcasting the show, live streaming it, showing episodes that relate to the things that y'all are learning right now in school, and you get behind the scenes special goodies and Easter eggs from guys like me, Mr. Drew, with the first and second grade band. 10:30 a.m. we got Mr. Root repping for, oh, that's a lie. 10:30 we got Mr. Fish repping for the third through fifth grade, and then at noon Eastern Time, we got my man Mr. Root rocking with the pre-K and kindergarten students. Now, I understand we got some special guests in the house, some VIPs in the audience to interact and engage with us. I heard Margaret Brent, elementary middle from Baltimore, is in the house. The Bears. So shout out to the Bears rocking with us this morning. I can't wait for y'all to see this episode and have some fun with us. Now, feel free to share this with your friends on Facebook, those of y'all who are old enough to have social media. Teachers, are you ready to show what your students know? We're excited to share your students' extension projects and activities to show the world all your cool artwork. Email Shannon at yamd.org. We may shout out your class and your school in a future live stream. Now, after today, there's only 2 shows left. 2 more weeks of these Arts and Learning Kids live sessions, unless y'all provide the buzz, show that there's the interest to keep this thing going. All right, so we got 2 more weeks of these sessions, and if you're enjoying them, be sure to contact us. Let us know, we'll let you know how you can continue to access episodes as well as the creative and academic extensions that help with the lesson planning around the episodes. We're going to drop the chat, and we'll drop the link in the chat on our website. All right, we're going to drop the website link into the chat, and we're going to let you know how you can learn more about these shows and the email of the person who can help you get them. Also, young audiences can support your school with grants that will either lower the cost or pay the entire cost of young audiences artists to come into your kids' classroom, virtually or in person. And we're going to drop the email address in the chat for the person you should reach out to learn more. Now, this episode, like all my episodes, is designed for first and second grade band, but it's entertaining, enlightening, just plain old jolly good fun for students of all ages, even ages closer to mine. Now, we're going to give you some Easter eggs. An Easter egg, for those of y'all who don't know, is a little behind-the-scenes nugget, just a little cool little factoid, some trivia, or something to look for that connects to something else. And since I was there when we shot this episode, I know all about the Easter eggs. My first Easter egg, this is for my adults, for my caregivers. The youngins, you're going to be probably too young to recognize this song. But I always sing the Arts and Learning Kids theme song that I made up, right? Welcome one and all y'all to Arts and Learning Kids. Y'all the smartest, awesome, warmest, hardest working kids. Transmit math and lit to all you cool cats and kids. YAMD kids, the hashtag is. Then I'll have some lyrics that are specifically for that episode to tell folk what we're doing that day. You're about to see the episode start, and you're going to see me singing the song, but I'm going to be singing it to the rhythm of another song because I'm Mr. Spoof School, and that's what I do. I parody and remix songs. So when you listen to me sing my Arts and Learning Kids theme song, I want you to think what song I'm spoofing, what rhythm I'm referencing, what 2003 rap hit, Crunk Extravaganza, am I referencing when I'm singing the song. So let's watch the intro, and if you know the answer, type it into the chat because we're on Facebook Live now and YouTube, if I'm not mistaken. Let's get it. Welcome one and all of y'all, the Arts and Learning Kids. Y'all the smartest, awesome, warmest, hardest working kids. Transmit math and lit to all you cats and kids. YAMD kids, that's what the hashtag is. See, today we'll be rocking with Miss Tia and Miss Tasha. They'll show us how to create and count our own dollars. Cardstock, paper, scissors, and markers or colored pencils is all you'll be needing to get with this show. Hi there, welcome back to Arts and Learning Kids. I'm Mr. Drew, your host. And today we'll be with Miss Tia and Miss Tasha, who will be helping to teach us about place value and brushing up on our counting skills. Now, see, I love counting, and I hope you do too. But even if you don't love counting, I bet you love money. So we're gonna be working with both. You dig? So, who recognized the song? That would be Never Scared by Bone Crusher, 2003 hit. I love my rap trivia, so I had to go there. All right. So, we're about to get into the episode, and you're about to meet Miss Tia and Miss Tasha. You will notice Miss Tia is wearing a t shirt with the Greek letters Zeta Phi Beta on it. All right. It looks like a Z, a phi, which is a Greek symbol that y'all might not necessarily recognize, depending on your exposure to Greek symbols, and a B, which in Greek is beta. Zeta Phi Beta Incorporated is a sorority. It is a historically Black pan-Hellenic sorority, one of the Divine Nine. There are 9 Black sororities and fraternities that you can get involved with and engage with, particularly if you attend a historically Black college or university, but they also have chapters at universities throughout the country, not necessarily historically Black. So shout out to the Divine Nine. That would be Zeta Phi Beta, which you will see Miss Tia representing. Alpha Kappa Alpha, which is the sorority of our new president-elect, Kamala Harris. Delta Sigma Theta, my sister's sorority. Sigma Gamma Rho, and then the fraternities, Iota Phi Theta, Kappa Alpha Psi, Omega Psi Phi, Phi Beta Sigma, and Kappa Alpha Psi. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. All right. I hope I also shout out Alpha Phi Alpha. All right. So with that said, boom, let's get into this episode and meet Miss Tia and Miss Tasha. Yiddy!
Hi, superstars. I'm Miss Tasha, and we're going to start with the art. I will be painting an abstract coin. I love to listen to music when I paint because it really helps me focus.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Miss Tia, and my pronouns are she and her. I'm a teacher in Baltimore City, and today I'm feeling very joyous or happy. I bought a book, and I'm excited to go outside on my porch to read it.
Hello, everyone. Again, my name is Miss Tasha. My pronouns are she and her. Not only am I a visual art teacher, but I also own my own custom clothes and hat business. Here's some of my stuff. I participate in pop-up shops all over the DMV to promote and sell my product. And when I'm there, it kind of reminds me of when I was younger and used to play store with my sisters. We used to actually make our own money and cash register drawer to help us learn how to count money. How about we try to create our own coins and cash drawer or bank together?
Oh my God, Miss Tasha. When I was younger, I used to play store all the time. It's the reason why I fell in love with math. When I played in the store, my brother and I would always imagine that we would go to the grocery store or the toy store. I always had fun being the cashier because I enjoyed subtracting and giving back the change. I remember when my brother would be the cashier, he would give me back awful change. He would give me back 10 pennies instead of one dime. He would also give me back 10 $1 bills instead of a $10 bill. And when it came to counting out the register, he would always give me 10 tens instead of one $100 bill. But it used to stress me out, but now I always remember that my job is to be a good big sister. And that summer, my brother learned how to bundle change correctly. And I really miss teaching him fun things.
Getting changed like that is horrible. I'm happy that your brother learned how to bundle money correctly. It's so useful later on in life. A lesson in life, my friends, a lesson in life. 10 pennies equals one dime, 10 dimes equals $1, and 10 $1 bills equals one $10 bill. 10 $10 bills equals $100. Woohoo! Money!
Yes. Today we're going to talk about tens and ones, but we're going to use money and pictures to help us out.
Money does make the world go around, Miss Tia. So let's make our own coins to help us learn. We can also start making our cash registers. So all you superstars at home can play store with someone like I used to when I was your age. There are different ways that we can make money.
Hey, Mr. Drew, do you want to come make some coins for our cash register?
I would love to.
I'm going to be making my coins with an old cereal box. Miss Tia, you can try the card stock. And Mr. Drew, you have some bottle caps there. Okay, first we need to cut out circles. So let's each make 3 circles to show our superstars how it's done. And Mr. Drew, you're lucky. Those caps are already in great shape. Now let's talk about how we can decorate your coins. Okay, so let's make 2 of the circles as pennies. And then 1 of the circles as a dime. So we just need to see 2 number 1s and 1 number 10. Mr. Drew, since your coins are not paper, they may be more difficult to decorate. So a Sharpie will work really well. But if our friends at home don't have markers at home, you can also use tape or glue on a little piece of paper and glue it to the coin and use the same art materials you would use on paper to decorate the caps.
Yeah, y'all caught me slipping. All right. In any case, Brent Bears, what's going on? I was checking the comments to see if anybody's hollering at us and engaging with us. But if you're just joining in, I'm Mr. Drew. And this episode is for grades 1 and 2. Come back at 10:30 on Facebook Live, and Mr. Fish will have one for grades 3 through 5. Then at noon, Mr. Root will have Take It Away with an episode for grades pre-K through K. And teachers, we know teaching virtually is hard, so Maryland teachers get our episodes free of charge with creative academic extension activities. Hit our website to get into that wizardry. Want one of us to come to your school virtually, physically? Well, hey, that's cool. Just go to the link that we drop in the chat, and we may lower or cover your cost with a grant. So I'm Mr. Drew, like I said, and I want to let you know that if you noticed on the table, they had $20 bills with Harriet Tubman's face on it. All right, that's an initiative that was recently brought about. I don't know if they followed through with it, but it was an idea. They were going to put Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. Harriet Tubman was an abolitionist, which meant that she was someone who freed slaves. She was born into slavery herself, and she was instrumental in the Underground Railroad, which daringly, boldly, dangerously helped slaves escape slavery. And so she certainly is an American hero. There has been some controversy around the idea of putting her face on money, but I'm willing to put her face on the shrine personally. Shout out to Harriet Tubman. And now back to the episode.
Now that we have our coins and everything ready, we can work on our lesson for today. We are focusing on 10s and 1s, and it's going to be a little different because we'll be using our coins to help us. When I pull these high 0 cards, 17 will be in 2 parts. What will they be?
10 and 7.
You're right, Miss Tasha. Can you show me 17 using your coins?
$10 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So how many 10s do you have?
110.
And how many extra ones do you have?
7.
Okay, good. So let's try another one. When I pull these high 0 cards, 27 will be in 2 parts. What would they be?
20 and 7.
You're right. Can you show me 27 using your coins?
Okay. 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Good job, Miss Tasha.
Thank you.
So how many 10s do you have?
2.
And how many 1s do you have?
7.
Good job. So let's try another one. And my friends at home, are you ready to try one with me and Miss Tasha? If you know the answer, just say it to us. When I pull these high 0 cards, 37 will be in 2 parts. What would they be?
Smarty like a rock star, smarty like a rock star, smarty like a rock star. Totally, dude. What's the answer? If you see 37, it will be in two parts. What will those parts be? How many 10s are in 37? How many ones are in the number 37? Let's see if you got it right. Back to the episode.
30 and 7.
Yay! So, you're right, Miss Tasha. Did you guys get that answer at home? Can you show me 37 using your coins?
So I know that if our parts are 30 and 7, this is how I would break it apart. 10, 20, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Thank you, Miss Tasha.
You're welcome.
Well, how many 10s do you have?
3 10s.
And how many ones do you have?
7.
Okay. Let's try another one. When I pull these hide 0 cards, 23 would be in 2 parts. What would they be?
Well, what are the two parts of 23? I wonder if you know the two parts of 23. I also wonder if you know what famous basketball player wore the number 23. Actually, there's more than one at this point. But 23 is in two parts, and they are, tell us, Miss Tasha.
And 3.
Yes, and if you said that at home, you are correct. Can you show me 23 using your coins, Miss Tasha?
All right, so that right there,
Oh, I know
that right there might have looked like a mistake, you know, when Miss Tia stuck out her tongue out. Can you show me? Can you show me? But I want to explain. This is something that we call a no prize in Marvel Comics lore. When it seemed like it was a mistake, the point was the Marvel writers were too brilliant to actually make mistakes. So the readers would write in reasons why it wasn't actually a mistake. So that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do now for Miss Tia, my friend, colleague, and partner. Now, when you saw Miss Tia, she was carrying the number 23. 23 was immortalized as a number, as a basketball jersey by the great Michael Air Jordan. And when Michael Jordan used to slam dunk on somebody, a lot of y'all might wear Jordan shoes, but I don't know if y'all know who he was. Y'all should watch The Last Dance, all right? It's a series on Netflix about his career. And he was an amazing basketball player. Like, LeBron wears number 23 out of respect for him, all right? So in any case, when Michael Jordan used to slam dunk on somebody, he used to stick his tongue out like that. So what you see in there is Miss Tia stuck her tongue out as a shout out to the number 23, as a shout out to Michael Jordan. That's what that was about. That wasn't a mistake. Back to the episode.
But if our parts are 20 and 3, this is how I would break it up. 10, 20. 1, 2, 3.
So, how many 10s do you have?
2 10s.
Yes. And how many ones do you have?
3 1s.
Okay. Let's try another one. And hey, Mr. Drew, do you want to practice one with us?
I would love to.
Okay. So, when I pull these high 0 cards, 32 will be 2 parts. What would they be?
A 30 and a 2.
You're right. Can you show me 32 using coins?
I'll try.
You did, Mr. Drew. You had 10, 20, 30, 1, and 2. So, how many 10s do you have?
I have 3 10s.
And how many ones do you have?
I've got 2 1s.
Woohoo! Good job, Mr. Drew.
Good job.
You know, in TV, when we go to a commercial, we call it paying the bill. So speaking of money, let's pay the bill. That Mr. Drew, he's so dreamy, isn't he? That beard of his is just so full. Speaking of beard game, shout out to Mr. Root, who's joining us at noon Eastern time for a pre-K through K episode. He just dropped a video for this song called Beard Game Commandments, and it is wild. It is so dope. And I'm in it, and Mr. Fisher's in it, and Mr. Root is in it, and other people you might know from the Baltimore art scene are up in there. So yeah, it's dope, it's live, it's love. Anyway, if you're just joining us, I'm Mr. Drew from Spoof School, and this is our weekly Friday stream of episodes from the Arts and Learning Kids Show, selected to match what Maryland students are learning in school this week. So this is a first and second grade band episode, and we welcome our special guest, the Margaret Brent Elementary Middle Bears. The Bears. All right. Now, we start these at 9 a.m. Eastern on Fridays. At 10:30, we're going to have a third through fifth grade band episode with Mr. Fish. And at noon, we got a pre-K through K episode with Mr. Root. I hope I didn't say the wrong name or person earlier, but that's the truth, what I just said. Feel free to share this with your friends on Facebook. Teachers, if you want to show what your students know, we're excited to share your students' extension projects and show the world all the cool artwork your students are creating. And please email Shannon at yamd.org so we can shout out your class and your school in a future live stream. Also, after today, there are only 2 more weeks of these Arts and Learning Kids sessions. So if you're enjoying them, you got to contact us and we'll let you know how you can continue to access episodes as well as the creative and academic extensions that help with the lesson planning around the episodes. We're dropping into the chat the link on our website where you can learn more about these shows and the email of the person who can help you get them. And YA can even support your school with grants that will lower or cover the cost to pay for your young audiences, artists to come and visit your kids in the classroom, virtually or in person. So we're going to drop the email address, the person you should reach out to if you want to learn more, in the chat. And with that, let's get back to some math with Miss Tia and Miss Tasha.
I have a chart, and for the number 17, I can place 1, 10 here. And Miss Tasha, how many ones do we have in 17?
7.
Oh, that's right, Miss Tasha. So, what does the 1 in 17 stand for?
10.
Good job.
Thank you.
And what does the 7 stand for?
7 ones.
Okay. So, I'm going to place 10s in this chart for the 10s, and I'll place the 1s in this column for the 1s. So, look at our new chart. This chart is called a place value chart. Place value can be defined as a value represented by a digit in a number on the basis of its position. The left column always represents the 10s, and the right column always represents the 1s. So, what is 1 10 and 7 1s?
17.
What about in the say 10 way?
Oh, what's the say 10 way?
Yeah, so that's a good question. What is the say 10 way? Is that the way, the newfangled fancy way that you kids are learning how to count these days? Because I don't remember the say 10 way from when I was learning how to count. All right, so I'll give y'all a second to tell us in your own words, what is the say 10 way of counting and expressing numbers? I'm interested to know. Well, let's find out from the pros. Ms. Tia, what's the say 10 way?
So the say 10 way is how we say how many 10s we have and how many 1s we have. So for example, if I have 11, I will say 1 10 and 1 1. Some people say 1 10 1, but I say 1 10 and 1 1. So it also shows that 10 plus 1 is 11. Okay. So now looking at our coins, how many 10s did we make for 17?
1 10 and 7 ones. Before we go on to other numbers, let's make a drawing to show 17 using our coins in our placement chart. So this column is a 10 column, right? Okay. This coin represents 10 cents, right? So I'll place 1 10 in the tens column and then 7 ones in the ones column. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7.
Ooh, Miss Tasha, can we try another number? So what about 24?
Okay, Miss Tia, do you want to try?
Okay. I'm gonna. Okay, so 24. So I have 24, and 24 is the same as 20 and 4. So, friends, how many tens do we have in 24?
How many tens do we have in
Yes,
24,
we
Margaret
have.
Brent? See, y'all almost got the answer, but no, we had to hit the pause because I want to hear from you. How many tens are in 24? Check in the chat. Miss Tia, let's see where it's at. Back to the episode.
I bought a book to come make some coins for our cash register.
I will.
So the answer, right, was two. There's two tens in 24. How many ones are in 24? What's up? Back to the episode.
Using your coins, Miss Sasha?
So
Mr. Drew, we're just having some technical difficulties.
yeah, I thought that might be the dealio. That's all right. This is an opportunity to talk to the people. Shout out to all the teachers, the caregivers, and the students who are watching and checking us out right now. This is Arts and Learning Kids, and on Friday mornings at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, you get Mr. Drew bringing you one of our episodes that is specifically designed to match something that y'all are learning right now. So this is a math episode, but sometimes we do literacy episodes. All right. Now we only got 2 more weeks where we're doing this. 9 a.m. Eastern Time with Mr. Drew doing the first and second grade episode. 10:30 a.m. with Mr. Fish doing the third through fifth grade episode. Noon, all right, Eastern Time with Mr. Root doing a pre-K and kindergarten episode. So if you're interested, you gotta let us know. You gotta get up in the chat and let us know. We're gonna get in the chat and tell you the site and the email address to contact to get more episodes of Arts and Learning Kids, along with creative and academic extensions that show you how to connect this to your lesson plans. This is not just something fun and cool and engaging for your students to watch. It's something that actually is educational and instrumental to the things that you are already doing in your curriculum. So word, let's rock. Now, Margaret Brent. I'm sorry.
Placement chart. So I like to count like this: 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, and 24. So we have 2 10s and 4 1s, which is the same as 24.
I think that we got the hang of this, Miss Tia. Friends at home, are you ready to help us? But this time it's gonna be a little different. Let's practice with some pictures. So I'm gonna draw 2 boxes of crayons. On the boxes, I'm going to write the number 10. I'll also have 6 crayons on the side. Right.
Check this out. So we about to do something never been done before. All right, that's not true. I did this last week because they had another episode last week with Miss Tia and Miss Tasha where they were making paper money. They were making dollars of their own. Now they're doing coins. But she's going to draw, and I'm going to narrate what she's doing with a rap. Let's see if we can get this going. Bring her back in. She draws, I rap. It moves fast, it's called a time lapse. But she draw in 2 boxes with crayons in them 10. And he blocks Miss Tasha is who she blocks, and she's not done quite yet. Miss crayons on the right. Now, if there's 2 boxes, then in D, let's get single crayons, then in D. Can you truly add and do the math and tell me how many
So we
crayons do
have
we have?
10, 20. Okay. There you go, Miss Tia.
So I see my boxes of crayons and I see that I have 2 10s. So I'm going to place two tens in the tens column. Now I'm going to check to see how many ones that I have. And I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 ones. So 2 tens and 6 ones is the same as 26. I could have broken apart and looked for my tens and then look for my ones, but another way I could solve this is that I could actually count. So I can go 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26.
Good work, Miss Tia. That looks so hard. Can I try one?
Yeah.
So, superstars, I want you to help me. So, I have a dog. And I bought 3 bags of dog treats. I bought three bag of dog treats. Each bag represents 10 dog treats. So I'll write 10 on the bags. Then on the side, my dog still has 4 left. How many treats? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does my dog have left to eat? Now, what's the first thing I can do? We could count how many tens we have. 1, 10, 2, 20, 3, 30. 10, 20, 30. So it's 3. Right, Miss Tia? 3 tens?
Right. And I'll place it in the tens column.
Okay. So we have our tens. Now, how many ones do we see? Yes, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right, Miss Tia?
Yep, it sure is,
Okay.
Miss Tasha. Now, superstars, if we have 3 tens and 4 ones, our number is.
That's a good question. If we have 3 tens and 4 ones, what is our number? I just thought I'd put in a dramatic pause right there to give you, Margaret, Brent, Bears, and everybody else who's watching this, whether live or later in the week, an opportunity to answer the question. If you got 3 tens and 4 ones, well, what number is that? Well, let's find out. Back to the episode.
Yes, it's 34. 34 is 3 tens and 4 ones. I knew y'all were math geniuses. Can you remember another way that we could have counted? Oh, I could have skip counted. 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34. Whew, that's a lot of counting.
Mm-hmm.
So I have another one. And Miss Tasha, can you draw a picture for me?
You got it, Miss Tia.
So I went to the flower shop and I bought a vase of flowers. In the vase, it had 10 flowers. So let's write 10 on the vase.
Okay.
Thanks, Miss Tasha. Then I bought 8 individual flowers. So how many flowers do I have altogether?
Let me draw the 8 individual flowers.
One vase with 10 flowers. Hope this episode leaves you empowered. 8 more flowers is equal. 10 plus 10 plus 8, that equals the rate. That's my time. I'm about to skate Tia. Tasha's about to say, okay, Miss Tia.
Okay, Miss Tia, so there you go. There's your flowers.
Thanks, Miss Tasha.
You're welcome.
So, friends at home, before you scream the answer, let's figure out our 10s and 1s. What's the first thing that I can do? I can count how many 10s I have. So, how many 10s do we have? Yes, we have 1 10, and I'll place the 1 in the 10s column. Now that we have our tens, we need to figure out how many ones that we have. So, how many ones do you see? Ah, yes, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 ones, so I'll place 8 in the ones column. So, how many roses do we have in all? Yes, we had 18, and 18 is the same as how many tens and ones? Yes, 1 10 and 8 ones.
You can also count how many we have by doing what? Yes, skip counting. Let's try it. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Good job, Miss Tasha.
Thank you.
So let's try one more. Friends at home, are you ready? And Miss Tasha, are you ready to draw?
Yes.
Okay, so I love apples. It's my favorite fruit. I bought 2 bags of apples, and each bag represents 10.
You can go ahead.
Then on the side, I bought 2 apples individually. How many apples do I have in all? What's the first thing I can do?
We could count how many tens we have. How many tens do we have? Yes, 2. Miss Tia, can you place 2 in the tens column?
I sure can. 2. Okay, we have our tens, and now how many ones do you see? Yes, 2. I'll place 2 in my ones column. So 22 is the same as how many tens and how many ones?
So 22 is how many tens and how many ones? Also, another question that I dropped in the chat you may have noticed is Miss Tia just said her favorite fruit is the apple. What's your favorite fruit? Mine, wow, I asked a question and I didn't have my own answer ready. It kind of depends. I just like fruit. Like sometimes I'm in the mood for bananas. Sometimes I'm in the mood for a plum or a peach or watermelon. I like watermelon a lot. That might be number one. Papaya, sometimes some apricots. I just like fruit. What's your favorite fruit? Back to the episode.
Yes, 2 tens and 2 ones is 22.
You can also count how many we have by doing what? Yes, skip counting. Let's try it. 10, 20, 1, and 2.
Hey, Miss Tia, Miss Tasha, can I try one?
Yeah, come on, Mr. Drew. Are you ready?
I hope so.
Miss Tasha, can you draw for us?
Sure.
Okay, I went to a birthday party and bought 4 bundles of balloons, and then I bought 3 individual balloons. How many balloons do I have altogether?
Okay. So I know each bundle represents 10 balloons, right? So I could find how many tens we have. Okay. So I know each of these bundles represents 10 balloons. So I guess first I could figure out how many tens we have. Looks to me like it's one, two, three, four. 4 tens, right?
You're right.
Right.
So do I put a 4 in the tens column?
Yes, you're right. You are on a roll, Mr. Drew.
Good job.
So, what do you do next after you find the tens?
Well, I think I need to count how many ones, how many balloons are by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I see 1, 2, 3 balloons by themselves, right?
Right. So, would it stay in the tens column or would it go to the ones column now?
I think these are going to go in the ones column.
Good job. Good job, Mr. Drew. And how many balloons do we have altogether?
43,
Yes, and 43 is the same as how many tens and how many ones?
4 tens and 3 ones.
Yes.
Woo!
Good job, Mr. Drew.
I could also skip count, right?
That is true.
So I could have said 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43. Right?
Right. Good job, Mr. Drew. You did that.
All right, after all that hard math work and counting balloons, I think we've earned a break.
Why?
So, I do what I can when it comes to the balloon counting and things of that nature. Place value charts certainly help. Skip counting definitely helps. And having Miss Tia and Miss Tasha, an excellent teacher and teaching artist, right there to guide my efforts in the counting quest, definitely helped. So I humbly accept your praise of my stellar, unimpeachable, peerless execution when it came to counting the balloons and whatnot. It's important to me to be humble and to not get a big head when I represent such mastery, such mathematical excellence. You know, I just don't want to become arrogant when I present outstanding skill and supreme excellence with the things that I do. So it's important that I stayed grounded and keep a level head. Thank you for keeping me humble. In any case, for those of y'all just joining us, I'm Mr. Drew and from Spoof School, and this is our weekly Friday stream of episodes of the Arts and Learning Kids Show selected to match what Maryland students are learning in school this week. This is a first and second grade episode. We start those at 9 a.m. Eastern on Fridays, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. We got my man, Mr. Fish, with a third through fifth grade episode, and noon we have my man, Mr. Root of the Beard Game Commandments himself, Black Root Underground. He is giving us a pre-K through K episode at noon. Now, feel free to share this on Facebook. Let us show what your students know and show off their work. Email Shannon at yamd.org. What's up, Miss Ford? How you living? Always a pleasure. You dig? I worked with Miss Ford at Dorothy I. Height when we did SALA, the Summer Arts and Learning Academy. Not this summer, but last summer in 2019. Miss Ford is an outstanding teacher. And you will see Miss Ford in some of these episodes. All right, so I think with some of Mr. Fish's episodes, those third through fifth grade episodes. Now, moving on, you dig? After today, there's only 2 more weeks of these arts and learning free live sessions through Facebook Live and YouTube. So if you're enjoying it, you got to contact us. Let us know. We will let you know how to continue accessing episodes as well as the creative and the academic extensions that help with the lesson planning around the episodes. We are dropping into the chat the link to our website where you can learn more about these shows and the email of the person who can help you get them. And young audiences, all right, can support your school with grants that will either lower or cover the cost of young audiences artists coming to your school virtually or in person. It's going to be virtually for a while, it seems. We got to stay safe, wash your hands, protect yourself, put on your mask, show me social distancing. You dig? But yeah, we're going to drop into the chat the email address of the person you should reach out to if you want to know how to get young audiences artists into your school virtually or in person. So for now, let's get back to the episode. Let's wrap it up.
Today was such a great lesson. We were able to create some coins and practice being coin designers. What are some ways that you can face your fear of math? Can you sing songs to help you feel better? Or can you take deep breaths or ask someone for help? Always remember to keep persevering or trying over and over again. Math can be very tough, but if you keep practicing over and over again and ask for help, you'll be a superstar.
Yeah, Miss Tia, I agree. Today was such a great lesson. When I create, it helps me to learn. I'm a visual learner, so creating pieces of visual art, like we did with the coins, makes it easier for me and makes me feel more confident with learning, especially during math. I wonder if you could use some other materials to make coins. Tell a story about a time where you and someone that you know created artwork or play money to help you learn how to count together.
Now that we have gone over our place value chart with the tens and ones, create your own picture problems and practice finding the tens and ones with family members at home and practice solving them. Ask family members if they can make up their own stories so that you can find the tens and ones.
Hey, superstars, look what I made. I challenge all of you to make your own cash register. Don't worry if yours does not look exactly like mine. You can also challenge someone to play store with you to make sure that you're bundling your change correctly. Remember, we can use our coins that we made today as manipulatives. A dime is for the tens and pennies are for the ones. And remember, even though you can play store, know that you are worthy of becoming a great business owner.
Wow, I sure appreciate Miss Tia and Miss Tasha for showing us how to make our own money, so to speak, but more importantly, how to count real money, among other things. Don't forget to post your pictures of your creative cash registers with the hashtag YAMDKIDS. And you can always go to our website, www.yamd.org/kids, to see more lessons, student work, and more. I can't wait to see what we're going to learn in our next episode of Arts and Learning Kids. But until then, the Y is for young because your whole life's ahead of you. A for audiences. Watch and listen. Get a better view. MD is for Maryland where we chill and we work. And the kids is at the end, but we still put you first. Hey, look. If you're just joining in, I'm Mr. Drew. This episode was for grades 1 and 2. Come back at 10:30 on Facebook Live, and Mr. Fish will have one for grades 3 through 5. Then at noon, Mr. Luke will take it away with an episode for grades 3K through K. And teachers, we know teaching virtually is hard. For Maryland teachers, get our episodes free of charge with creative academic extension activities. Hit our website to get into that, Mr. Drew. Want one of us to come to your school virtually, physically? Well, hey, that's cool. Just go to the link that we drop in the chat, and we may lower or cover your costs with a grant. Yiddy! I'm Mr. Drew, and thank you for tuning in with us at Arts and Learning Kids. Don't forget, at 10:30 a.m. Eastern, we got Mr. Fish in the house with a 3rd through 5th grade episode. Shout out to everybody who's watching this live, who's watching it later, and special shout out to our Margaret Brent Elementary Middle School Baltimore Bears. The Bears. Peace, y'all.